Pleiadian star brothers and sisters here with you today as you usher in what you identify as a new year. We recognize you. We offer you blessings. Blessings, brothers and sisters. We ask for your indulgence as we are here now, and we would like to share a bit about what we see and have witnessed in the recent year, but particularly, more importantly, what is coming up ahead. We ask for you to allow us to indulge, for we would never wish or desire to upset anyone, and yet we have become aware that oftentimes we are witnessing many humans feeling quite hopeless. Not so much in this small community here, but across your planet. Many feeling resigned, many feeling or believing that they have no choice about the circumstances of their lives. This is not what gods are meant to be. This is not how you are meant to be. And we realize that it has been so much drudgery on your earthly body, for you are clearing out the darkest shadows. And for those who are unable to, we will use the word process, this is the speaker's word, but not necessarily ours. Our word would be more handle, appropriately manage their own shadow. This drudgery becomes more than they know how to handle. We wish to say to you that the year ahead offers great possibility and great potential for more and more hope, more and more inspiration for all of you, and more opportunity to create the life for yourself that you have dreamed of, and more opportunity for all beings to begin to awaken to this truth, the truth that you are the creator of your experience, that you have the ability to have any kind of experience you choose, regardless of what is appearing in the physical world. This is not new information. However, we are seeing from our vantage point how important it is to continually reaffirm for people, especially as there is so much mis- and disinformation being offered. And this is why we ask for your indulgence, because we are aware that there are many, even here, who would prefer not to be necessarily aware of all of this discordance, all of this drudgery. It is fatiguing. It is fatiguing to all of you. But our desire is to remind you that you are nothing short of God beings who came here to experience, to learn from a place of unconsciousness, so that in your unconsciousness you could expand learning beyond anything, because you could never expand your learning if you already knew who you truly are. But this year ahead is a turning point. You have turned a major milestone as a collective, and that is that your collective, even your collective, is now finally beginning to be willing to know truths that they were not willing to know in the prior years that were so full of this drudgery. You see, by the willingness to know, this will ease the drudgery. For one cannot resolve something that they are unaware of. One cannot heal or fix something or change it or transmute it if they are completely unaware of it. And you see, the past, especially 2 years of your linear time, were mostly governed, in a sense, by those who were choosing unconsciousness. that this is the major turning point of 2022, your linear year. You will come to see how so many more people are choosing to become more aware of that which they were, in the words of the speaker, once in denial of. There will be people who finally have enough lightness, because of the Lightworker work, you understand, have enough lightness that now they can finally admit or agree to seeing some of the drudgery, to perceiving some of the drudgery that before they were in denial of, that before they were unwilling to see or to know. And they did not realize because it was masked in all of that fear. They were unaware because they were so afraid. But now they have become comfortable in this drudgery, so much so that they have lived with the fear for so long that they finally realize that the worst has already come to pass. In a sense, these people, the ones who will choose to wake up more, they will have reached a point where for them they feel, they experience that the worst has already come to pass. So why not just become aware of what they were unwilling to be aware of in the past? And what that is the very fear that created the reality they have lived in for the past 2 years, that caused and contributed to the very drudgery they have been experiencing. And this will ripple and blossom into more truth. You see, while it is true to say that truth is beholden to the eye of the beholder, that is to say that your perspective is the truth you experience. So one who is so afraid of something in the air, for example, that they could breathe in or touch, like a germ, for example, one who is so afraid and allows themselves to be governed by that fear is attracting the very thing to them that they are afraid of. This is truth. But it does not mean that what they believe or are afraid of is true. You see, there is a very big difference between truth and what appears or is perceived to be true. What is perceived to be true will be true, will appear to be true to the believer. But it does not mean that that is absolutely true. And so, the people on your earth who have been in a state of fear and drudgery, who have experienced this now for so long, will become more intolerant to it. And this is good. And as they become more intolerant to it, they will begin to wake up to the things that they were blocking or being unwilling to see or perceive. And as they do wake up, this will lighten the density of earth, lighten the drudgery for all. This will serve in the expansion of consciousness and the elevation of the light. This will serve well. And you will notice more and more enjoyment and hope as this happens. And be not dismayed, because many of these people know not how to operate in the higher realms. So just because they become more aware does not mean they will suddenly transform into people who act in accordance with the consciousness of love and light. Many of them will revolt, will rebel, will cause challenges in their family dynamics or their social structures. They will challenge the systems because they are still operating in a third-dimensional perspective of consciousness. But they will be still nonetheless processing through aspects of their own discord. And this is good. So be not dismayed, and this is why we ask for your indulgence at the onset. You have turned a massive corner. And this massive corner is going to allow for much new hope. You will start to see this hope and feel it and experience it personally in a very powerful and potent way just around the turning point of what would be identified as your month of April in the coming year. You'll find that as the real new year begins, which is not the Georgian calendar new year that you are celebrating at this month, but rather after the equinox comes, after that time is the real new year. And after that time, within a month to 2 months, known as April, you will begin to feel personally an intense wave. We correct ourselves. Intense waves of new excitement, new and fresh optimism, new streams of hope, and new awarenesses that what your dreams are possible for you again, and that it is safe for you to begin to birth new dreams. For while the old ones may have been flushed away or washed away with the fears of COVID or other similar activities on the earth, you will birth new dreams that are more relevant to who you are and who you are becoming. And the light waves will feel this even more. When we say the light waves, we mean the beings who are of the light. These are you. You here now. This will be felt even more obviously to you, and this will be good and positive. We caution you on one single thing here, and that is not to indulge necessarily, not to indulge in those things which may be perceived as harmful, for you will feel so good. There will be opportunity to indulge, and the types of indulgence we speak about are maybe indulgences that might seem obviously unhealthy, over drinking or overspending or well, we could even say, as the Venusians once said, overindulgence even in sex, or other kinds of behaviors which might not be, even eating, for example, just might not be, because you will feel so euphoric, you will feel so happy during this time. You will find this. There will be a period of time where the waves are shifting, and it will be exciting. And we are excited for you. We would like to also share one other piece as your Pleiadian family of light, and we are joined here now with other councils of light in this as well. Arcturians also joining here as a collective sharing that many light workers, including some here, have anchored in many pillars, bridging gaps between the non-physical and the physical world. And these pillars are pillars of hope, pillars of optimism, pillars of anticipation, excitement, enthusiasm. The one who speaks has anchored these in many times. Many of you have too. These pillars have taken hold in the physical world. It will begin to become more evident to you after your month of April, during and after your month of April, and in the following months to come. We hope this has offered you a new kind of inspiration for your year ahead and the awareness of what is ahead to come.